stupid old archaic methods for that particular recipe.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where again there is a huge range of what's actually going to work. You know,
that and sometimes yeast abuse is the best way.
Yep. So I saw Paul mention in here, I've never made the same exact batch twice. That resonates a lot with me because up until a couple of years ago, I would say that quite frequently. Mm-hmm. I was just, wicked experimenting. I'd do anything. I didn't making the same thing twice meant that I would have a stack of boxes in the basement that were the same recipe. If I'm going to add a second stack of boxes to the basement, I'm going to do something different. Because I'm making so much and so often, I'm not drinking it. I got a basement full of alcohol. I can't drink all of it. It's crazy to do this. So why make that stuff? But then, of course, I started thinking about going commercial. So guess what?
Yeah.
I had to start making recipes. Yeah, and I've done our hopped passion fruit, our currant cider, strawberry lemonade. All of those have been made at least twice this year. Mm-hmm. And because I'm trying to hone in on what's the exact production process to get a relatively repeatable result, using fresh fruit in some of them, so I'm not looking for exact repeatability. I'm looking for, sort of in the right range. But that's a big departure from the years that preceded it for me, and it's different, and it's actually very challenging. I've had some more frustration this year with that than I had prior years with just random experimentation, because sometimes experiments went left when I thought they were going to go right, and they turned out to be great. But you don't want that if you're trying to narrow something down into a relatively repeatable process. And facing that reality and the challenge of it firsthand, it's actually been kind of frustrating. It's you got to have quite the backbone to fight through that. While you're trying to get your new company launched, because it can create quite a bit of doubt on your part when you realize that you're trying to repeat a recipe and it just doesn't seem to want to go the way you want to go, and you're thinking, boy, I'm about to scale this up to 7 barrels or 10 barrels or 20 barrels, and holy crap, if I'm not able to do this, boy, that's going to be really, really challenging to figure out what to do next. And so it's it never ends for anybody. It depends on where you're at along your journey, but it's never going to end. There's always some new variable, some new opportunity to learn or take a step where now you're going off in a direction where all the things that you could ignore before now are completely present, and those are the things that are gonna haunt you. And I love all the new people getting into Mead. I feel like more and more, though, we're seeing people ask that formulaic question, how do I do X? And a lot of times I'm just saying these days, I honestly don't know. I don't know how you do that. I'm not sure.
I know how I might do that, but I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, and I might not know how I would do it either. Honestly, I'd have to try it, and unfortunately, I can't. I don't have the opportunity to try it right now. I'd have to try it and report back to you to give you a really good answer. But here's some things that can guide you through it, but it's going to be unsure. Like I can't guarantee you're going to get that result, and I think people are looking for that more than I would expect them to. But I think people just don't know. They don't realize that it's not just science. And even science, let's not kid ourselves. Science isn't guaranteed to be repeatable like that. There's twists and turns every day. It's an illusion. We're convincing ourselves that we've systematized things.
Yeah.
We're good at lying to ourselves.
We're also doing it. We're also doing it in an industry that has so many variables and so many unknowns that the science has great gaping holes you can drive a semi-truck through. I mean, let's get real here. I mean, honey, people are like, well, okay, it's honey. I mean, it's like, okay, every single honey, every single varietal, every single hive, every single location has different characteristics.
Single frame off a hive.
Thank you. Has different characteristics, different water levels. When was the honey harvested? What, was it spun? Is it raw? What, I mean, there are so many variables. It's not like we picked the grapes, we crushed the grapes, we juiced the grapes, we fermented the grapes. It's a little bit different, and they've got their science nailed, because they know that their varietals that are established and have been established for ages are this. and we don't have that. That's not there. We have a huge gaping hole in our science at the very foundation of our field, the honey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sourcing honey now, so we're going to use a combination of local honey and honey from Dutch Gold and some of the other packers that work at a more national level, and that'll help us bring in a diverse set of ingredients. So I've been working with some local honey sources, and I'm excited to do that because obviously we want to do some locally sourced products using in season local fruit and local honey. Well, I mean, unfortunately, one of the local sources I've been working with, I just don't like the honey. I just don't like it. It's locally sourced wildflower honey, and I don't really find it a great fit for what I'm trying to do. And that's challenging because I'm wondering how many of these am I going to have to go through to find one, or do I find one locally that I really like when I know if I get mesquite from Dutch Gold, I know what I'm going to get. I've used it for 3-4 years now, and I love that expression, but can I find something equally expressive here locally? And if I can't, what am I going to do? Am I just going to use local honey because I can, and I can market it as a local product and take advantage of people's local sensibilities, but yet I don't like the honey? Like, geez, there's definitely no sure thing there because it's not even going to be the same next year.
Yeah.
Will I like it next year because it's different, or will I not like it for the same reason? I have no idea. No idea what to expect.
Yeah.
Which means I'm going to have to give it a chance. I'm obviously going to have to get, I got the early season honey earlier this year. I'm going to have to get some late season honey from the same source and say, oh, okay, wait a minute. I like your late season honey. So, okay, you're the guy I'm going to be buying honey from locally at the end of the year. Now, do I have somebody locally that I like their early season honey, or do I use, a different source altogether for that? So again, it's not a scientific thing. I'm popping that bucket of honey open and dipping a spoon in it and tasting it and thinking, can I actually make mead with this? And the answer is yes, I can, but can I make mead that I want to make with it?
And can you make the recipe you want versus something else?
Mm-hmm.
There's that too.
And for people that are starting out, wherever you're buying your honey from, if you're not being that mindful about it, that might be a benefit to you because you're spending time trying to learn how to make mead, and you're not focused on, does this honey meet the needs I have for it, because you don't even understand what your needs are yet. But don't think that you won't get to that point. I mean, if you get good at it, and I hope everyone does, that would be my hope for everybody, is you get started on this, you love it, you turn into a fermentation nut like me and everybody else, and you're making mead all the time. And now you're going to be like, oh crap, I don't like that honey. Boy, it's kind of a letdown. Like, you've been using the honey for a few years, and then you finally realize, but I actually don't like the way it tastes.
Yeah.
It's like, now you're back to the drawing board, because believe it or not, you're going to go get another honey source, and your recipes are all going to change.
Yep. Exactly.
So I'm just crushing dreams at the end of the show here. Right?
Yeah, we're just going to have to kick you off and never have you back, Jason. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I think it actually should be exciting for people when they realize, wow, that actually means there's a lot of creative space there. Like, what I'm going to do can be distinctly different from somebody else merely because I go find a honey that I just really like, and I can do something with it that, depending on how many other mead makers there are around, maybe nobody's actually done that particular thing with that honey and those ingredients, which means my mead is unique. So that's the flip side of it. So if you want to, turn that frown upside down, you can do something that nobody else has done yet.
Yeah, that's definitely. Excuse me. All
so
right.
did we kill all the Cizer questions? I think we did.
I think we outlasted everybody on the chat. They're all like one by one. They're going, I gotta go to work in the morning. Wimps.
Actually, I think one of them was walking into work because he was doing text to talk to text on his way into work. But
so I think we've addressed most of the questions. That's not to say that we won't be able to do more on this later, because it's a popular subject, but I think we've given them enough to work with.
Well, we don't all interact on Facebook or anything, so it's not like...
right. It's not like...
never.
Talk, yeah.
No,
and there's never anybody on the Got Mead forums, so yeah.
Exactly. So
no one's going to answer questions there.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, so as you're getting your buckets of cider in the next couple of weeks and you have questions, come find us. We'll be happy to, as I'm drowning in 50 gallons of cider, I'm sure I'll be able to answer your questions because I'm sure some of my own, what in the world do I... And this is the thing, I didn't even mention what I'm doing with any of my cider, so I haven't given anybody any good ideas, so come find them. Come ask, on Facebook, hit me up, ask me what I'm planning on doing, because I've got some neat ideas, some new stuff that we're going to play around with this year, so I'd be happy to share some ideas with people if you're looking for them.
Oh, cool, yeah, I probably will hit you up, because I'm going to try some new stuff this year, and I wouldn't mind some ideas. Me and my Flavor Bible are getting up close and personal. God, I love that book.
Yes, that is definitely a fun book. So I'm looking forward to some homemade cider with cheese soon.
Yeah.
We're out of homemade cider. We drank everything that we made last year already this year. So I'm jonesing to make some more. So. So the last thing I will say, shameless plug for Ancient Fire. So anybody that's listening that doesn't know what that is yet, and I'm imagining there's probably quite a bit of you because we're a small startup company in Manchester. The name is Ancient Fire Mead and Cider. You can find us on Facebook. You can also find us at Ancient Fire Wines. And if anybody's interested in getting involved and helping launch a business like this, we are crowdfunding right now at Indiegogo. So if you come to Indiegogo and look us up, you can also find the link on many posts on Facebook. We've been marketing the crap out of it on Facebook.
But I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you've seen plenty of it. So, but come and look us up, and we appreciate all the support we can get. And the one plug I can make is my wife has been making some hilarious videos. So even if you're just looking for a good laugh or a picture into what is this guy and his wife like, and what's it going to be like to interact with them when they open their tap room, just come and look at the videos at a minimum. They're funny. We've been cooking up ideas for a couple more before we finish up, just because the response has been really great. But we're looking for support to open the tap room. We want to make that space, customer focused. It really belongs to you guys. We're going to be building a business on top of you guys coming and spending time with us and sharing your hard-earned dollars with us. So we're hoping that people will support us so that we can make a space that people will really enjoy coming to. And when you come, you'll see it and be like, I actually helped create this, and we want people to have that shared sense of pride with us. So we'd appreciate any support that people would have.
Cool.
Awesome.
Definitely.
So should we sign off before midnight so it's still actually Tuesday?
Yeah. We got to get through there's a bunch of upcoming events that I got to run through, but beyond that, yeah, we're even going to try, because it's Halloween weekend, we're going to try a sound effect. So I'm not even sure if I know how to do this. This should be interesting. I don't even know how to do this. I've never used your sound effects before. I don't know what it's doing. All right. Anyway,
to be?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a suspenseful sound, so like do 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 or something like that. I was looking for a Halloween creaky door or something, but I couldn't find anything. Although I heard somebody do that earlier, so I don't know where that came from.
Yes, there was something weird. Yeah,
I don't know where the hell that came from because it wasn't me.
I blame Manny.
Yeah, but Manny claims it wasn't him, so I don't know.
I still blame Manny.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so for those of you that haven't been paying attention, don't know what day it is, this weekend is, for all intents and purposes, Halloween weekend for the grown-ups. So there was, when I searched Halloween and meadery on Google, a metric butt ton of stuff. So I'm just going to run down the ones that came up first. And you should probably search Halloween meadery in your state to see what's available for you. So what we got is October. Okay, this one actually isn't Halloween. It's the only one though. October 26th, Honey Girl Meadery in Durham is going to be doing mead tasting and pie. So if you like pie, then this is the place for you. On October 27th, Brothers Drake Meadery in Ohio is doing Halloween party and music. They have a band and everything. October 28th and 29th in Pittsboro, North Carolina, which is where I'm going to be this weekend, is Starlight Meadery's Mead-a-Ween weekend. The whole weekend is come in costume, get a discount. They're going to have all kinds of stuff going on, so it should be fun. Ben and Becky know how to throw a party, so it's well worth it if you're in the area. October 28th, Brimminghorn Mead is having it's a great mead hall